Hi, awesome friends. I'm Baylor Trucks with an announcement about Season 2 of the albums I've missed. After I finished Season 1 of the albums I've missed, I sat down to start making a list for Season 2. And my first impulse was to look back at the previous 24 albums to see if I could find any patterns, any big holes in my selection methodology that I could address with Season 2. I came to a few smaller conclusions, mostly concerning genres and lead instruments. But the one huge thing I noticed was there wasn't anything on my first list from the past 20 years. And I've definitely missed some albums in the past 20 years. Before I go any further, though, I want to address something that I hear far too often. It's really starting to wear on my nerves. Oh no, he's going to get preachy now, isn't he? Just to make a point I feel is important to understand my head going into Season 2. Okay, but make it quick. I'll do my best. I'm sure you're all familiar with this kind of sentiment. Modern music is terrible. All the best music was made in the... And this sentiment has a close cousin, which goes something like, I'm proud to say I've never once heard a single note by... My answer to that first assertion, that modern music is terrible, is to say, sure, it's terrible, if you don't count Snarky Puppy, or Esperanza Spalding, or Kendrick Lamar, or Marcus King, or Ambrose Kinmasira, or Rihanna Giddens, or Thundercat, or Gwennifer Raymond, or Flying Lotus, or The Bad Plus, or... I said make it quick! Right, okay. The quick version is, good music is always being made. And if you can't find new music you like, then it's probably because you've not made the effort to find any. That's been my experience anyway. And as for that second sentiment, have you ever thought about what it actually is conveying when someone boasts, I'm proud I've never heard a note of whoever? If you follow that sentiment to its logical conclusion, here's what you get. Yeah, you know that music you love? That music that gives you happiness and your life meaning? Yeah, I've never heard it. I never will either. In fact, I'm proud of the fact that I've never heard it. I mean, it would only take me like 5 minutes to listen to one song, but even that's more effort than I'm willing to make. I mean, I could literally pull out my phone right now and within 10 seconds pull up all kinds of stuff on YouTube or Spotify, but I'm not going to do it. Not ever. That's how much I don't care about that band you love. I guess some folks are okay with thinking that way, and it's even entirely possible that I might have owned such sentiments once upon a time. But I can't do it anymore. I can't define myself by what I hate. That's not who I want to be, not anymore. And that's why I feel it's important to fill in that gap and get some albums in that would give me some insight into the music of the aughts and the teens. Then one evening I was discussing my thoughts with Astrid, and they had a lot of suggestions for me. And seeing as Astrid is a college student studying music technology with ambitions of becoming a producer, I thought to myself, well, why not get Astrid to make the list for me? So that's what I did. I sent them the list of the few albums I had already landed on and left the rest of the albums to them. And that's what Season 2 is going to be. Each week, you'll hear some thoughts from Astrid about the album, and then the usual ridiculousness from me. The first episode of Season 2 will be out on July 1st, and that first episode I'll be listening to Enter the Wu-Tang Clan. Oh yeah, that's another thing that's going to be different for Season 2. It occurred to me that I might approach the music differently if I had some skin in the game, so I will be purchasing every album on vinyl whenever possible. I'll also be reading every word in the liner notes, on the labels, and all the lyrics if they're included. By the time I sit down to talk about the album, I will be fully versed not only in the music, but in the credits, the album art, everything. So that's it. 24 more albums to spin, some thoughts from my fabulous daughter, and in case you're wondering, no, this is not a desperate attempt by a middle-aged guy to appear cool for his much more plugged-in daughter and her college friends. Perish the thought. See you all July 1st.